We are now ready to install the new rubber window channels. For these steps, you will need the rubber channels from your kit, as well as the wooden disc. You will also need a pair of needle nose pliers, a pair of scissors or snips, and soap and water solution. Measure and cut to length one piece of rubber extrusion for one window channel. When installed, the rubber extrusion should stop just before where the corner welds are ground at the factory. For more information on this, refer to the section titled Fitting Tips in your installation guide. Using the soap and water solution, lubricate the entire outer surface of the rubber extrusion and work into the channel. To do this, fold the sides of the window extrusion inwards and push down firmly with your thumb. Once in the channel, the sides of the rubber extrusion will push outwards, helping it to seat in place. Then, using the needle nose pliers and working a few inches at a time, rake the rubber extrusion into place, applying light downward pressure. The tapered shape of the pliers will push the rubber outwards, seating it in place. Be sure the rubber extrusion butts up against the foam rubber stopper at the front of the upper inside window channel. If this stopper was removed earlier on in the process, you can trim the rubber to fit properly later on after the frame has been reassembled. Continue to install the rubber extrusion into the remaining 3 channels in the frame. Be sure to use liberal amounts of soap and water to make installation that much easier. Do not use oils, grease, or silicone sprays to lubricate the rubber. These will remain in the channel and the rubber will not grip. Soap and water are used for lubrication here because the water will evaporate, leaving dry rubber to grip the frame. This provides a tight fit. As a final check before reinstalling the window glass, drag the wooden disc throughout the entire length of each channel. The wooden disc is the approximate width of the window glass, so if you can drag the disc through the channel, the glass is sure to slide cleanly. This is a great way to look for little trouble spots where the rubber extrusion has not seated properly. We are now ready to reinstall the window assembly. From your kit, you will need the posit drive bit and the rivets. You will also need the power screw gun, pop rivet gun, and safety glasses. Insert the tops of the window glass into their respective channels and replace the window assembly back into the frame, assuring the window channel rail is fully slotted in place. Confirm that the windows slide freely in their channels and make any adjustments as necessary. Next, replace the window locking mechanism into the frame and leave in the unlocked position. Using the supplied rivets and your pop rivet gun, rivet the window locking mechanism back into place. Be sure to wear safety glasses and follow your rivet gun manufacturer's operating and safety instructions. Next, rivet the ends of the window channel rail back into place. Now, using the power screw gun with the posit drive bit, reattach the 4 screws in the bottom of the window channel rail. Be sure the screws are fully tightened all the way down. If the heads of the screws are sticking up too high, you will hear a scraping sound when sliding the windows back and forth. Lastly, replace the foam rubber stopper into the front of the upper inside window channel if it was removed earlier on in the process, and make sure it butts up against the newly installed rubber extrusion. As a final check before reattaching the door tops to your vehicle, confirm that the windows slide freely in their channels. The windows will continue to slide easier and easier as time goes on, as the flocking on the interior surface compresses. If you wish to speed up this process, you may spray silicone spray lubricant onto the interior surface of the rubber channels. Lastly, we need to reattach the door tops to the vehicle. During this step, it is best to leave the windows in the closed position and grab the frame by the outer flanges so that you do not push or pull the newly installed rubber channels out of their positions. Reattach the door tops to your vehicle. Be sure not to excessively tighten the door tops to the vehicle's doors, as this will cause the frame to warp and deflect, making the windows virtually impossible to move. Leave the windows in the closed position overnight to allow the rubber to relax and conform to the new shape of the window channels. This will also leave plenty of time for the water to fully evaporate. The longer the rubber extrusions are in place, the more they weld themselves to the window frame. And that's it. You are now ready to enjoy your Defender with windows that have an improved seal and are rattle-free from Garrison Outfitters.